Yeah, YouTube family walk on and the Maverick in this PS one more time. Still, best and most credible. Still fear and fearless analysis. And do, continue to do the right thing now. Punch off a little subscribe button and make we build up the numbers and go on to the right thing. Alright, so Asafa Powell wake up the big ants. And the ants them still around wild. A portion of ex-athlete reach out to the Maverick personally. Couple of them. See, one of them, Dr. Gregory Hart, well, he never reached out to me personally, but he did a video on his YouTube channel. I addressed me directly and say, me wrong on that issue. And obviously, all of them on block, them a support Asafa's position. But here me think the athletes them fundamentally miscalculate what them talk about. They seem to think that because they are national representatives and they make an Olympic team, then they are entitled to some, extraordinary benefits where the average Jamaican in other spheres of life not entitled to. And I'm going to show you the inherent flaw in that thinking. Asafa say, he run free for Jamaica for how much years? Say no get nothing from Jamaica. Let me ask you a question. How much time a year Asafa Powell during his career put on the Jamaican colors and run for Jamaica? Me hear the deaf in silence, How much time a year? Over his career, how long Asafa is a professional athlete for? About 15 years? Maybe 20 years? I don't know. Half I top of my head. Over that 2 decade span or decade and a half span, how much times Asafa Powell represent Jamaica in the Jamaican colors? Both they go run for Jamaica. How much time? Olympics come every 4 years. That are once every 4 years. World Championships come it was every 4. And then it come down to every 2. I think because of COVID when you have some of them back up so them. But World Championships basically every other year. So that is 2 times every 4 years. That these athletes actually put on the Jamaica color. 2 times every 4 years. Every single time when they run outside of those 2 events, them run for them friggin' self. When Asafa go up the Diamond League go run, in that running for Jamaica. Jamaica has nothing to benefit from Asafa going around for the Diamond League. And take it out to Asafa, because it's not about Asafa personally. That is another thing when they are doing, disingenuously. That is what I want. In fact, I want to go to say right now. And this notion that Asafa was speaking generally on behalf of athletes, that's disingenuous and actually dishonest. Asafa spoke explicitly about himself and his experiences and his regrets. Asafa said, me, Asafa, did get millions of US dollars to run for another country. And we should have taken it. We should have run Jamaica. Asafa said, me, for me pick them. Now run for Jamaica if things don't change. Asafa made this ultra personal. So this attempt to kind of spread it out on some kind of general statement in the interest of all athletes, that's disingenuous. But may I give you that? Now let us work with disingenuous attitude and let us assume that Asafa was speaking in some general terms. So this kind of entitlement attitude now. A man run for Jamaica once every 2 years. What we say now? We pay him for that? Eh? This notion that because you make an Olympic team, you're God Almighty and you're supposed to get taken care of for the rest of your life. No go so Asafa. 90% of what Asafa talking about something they are rubbish. Imagine the man I go say, after at least retire at 30, like me 33, 34, 35. Why them not supposed to go to the 9 to 5? Taxpayers supposed to take care of athletes for the rest of their life? Rubbish. And of course the athletes them emotional. As me say, me talk to one of them. I'm not going to call him name. He said to me that, boy, his chagrin, his anger, his frustration is not with the government per se. I'm asking that specifically. His theory is that the J3s, could have made much more money, so play a bigger role in the development of athletes. All right, fine. Let us say everything could have better. Yeah? There are certain things where me could have made the case say, yeah, would have made athletes' life better from a developmental perspective. We should definitely maintain the facilities that we have. Something like the catch you now see them down a Montego Bay. There's no way the traction line disappear so long. We probably should have another synthetic running track somewhere in the central part of Jamaica. We should never allow the National Stadium track and the Stadium East to run down to the extent when they run down, so that the GC faster one could get better. All of that we agree. But you ever hear about that thing named poverty and the lack of affordability? It's not an excuse, it's a reality. So all of that has to be contextualized. And again, one of the biggest problems with globalization and technology is that people in the space, like the Jamaican space, they're exposed to what happened all over the world. You can just click on your phone and you see everything will happen in other jurisdictions. Because of that availability of information, a lot of us lose the context of the difference between the Jamaican economy and the Jamaican reality and the reality in the other parts of the world. So they repeat these platitudes. Jamaicans should get better treatment. We should have this, we should have that. Yeah, we should have a state-of-the-art facility that takes care of the medical issues with all national athletes. In fact, we don't have a specialized medical facility. We probably could have aligned the principle to one of the existing facilities and get something in place to treat athletes. But again, though, people, if you all understand the free market of the world, which includes the life of the athletes, just like it includes the life of a journalist. Let us say a struggling youth out there. We want to make it in a journalism. Yeah? Every day Asafa them get up and talk about for them life. For them life, how them have it rough like a act. Them have a thing where them tell Maverick, say, Maverick, you never run, so you don't know nothing about, yeah? Alright, you never try to be a journalist as a black youth in Jamaica. Eh? You never try that, you know? So you can't tell me about my journey neither. You think you did easy? You think me did could have a ball for government for support for Maverick for be an aspiring journalist and a TV commentator? No! Me have to fight for it for myself. And same like how the young Jamaican who wants to be a nurse or a doctor, them have to fight for it for themselves. This entitlement attitude that the athletes them have, so because they make an Olympic team, Jamaica have to pay them, is not so the free market work. Let me explain to the athlete them and to the people them out there who are being misled. Let me tell you how the free market run. Contrary to where Asafa and Gregory Hart now all of them are saying, athletics is the most structured and organized sport in Jamaica. There is no kid in Jamaica at 5 or 6, even 4 years old, with athletics talent that will not end up in a structured program. If him good enough, him go to one primary school we have an athletics program. Because him will come for him, you know. As long as him run somewhere and somebody see him and him have little capacity, somebody are going to come for him. Them will carry him go to the school there, we have a program. And when him reach at school there, the high school them have him on them radar. When he reach high school age, the high school them me talk the talented athlete, you know. Me not talk nobody when I have talent now, you know. Because government and the system now go capture everybody when say they want to be an athlete. You have to show the capacity to be a champion for people to come for you. Good. Now, the high schools are going to come for the athlete there. Because there's big competition amongst the high school them for the young talent them, you know. And when they reach at the high school them, Gregory explain and mention the support system of the high schools will help champs and the high school programs to be successful. That's a part of the program will work, Gregory Hart. It is because of that alumni support why some of the high schools are able to do what they do and produce the kind of athletes when they produce, so that they now matriculate if they're good enough. Dr. Hart and the rest of people, we are talking about emotions. If they're good enough, they matriculate. Some of them, if they're academically inclined, they get a scholarship. Go to the States and go to wherever, and they get better facility, better support systems, and they come through. If they're good enough, they make the Olympic team or the World Championship team, and they become successful professionals. If they're good enough and focused enough and disciplined enough to put in the work. Those, there's a new tendency, we're not new anymore, but the elite ones tend to stay at home. And then they have the outlets of the MVP track club, Racers track club, Sprint Tech, Elite, name them. Track club are pop up all over the place. If you're good enough, you will be captured and given the requisite support. Is it perfect? No. Do we have all the resources necessary for development? No. Are all the support systems in place so that you can have a perfect life? No, it's not for the athletes, but it's not for the rest of Jamaicans either. So these athletes are being disingenuous, self-entitled, as if to say Jamaica owe them a debt of gratitude for run for them one time a year. When them run for the Diamond League Circuit, which is them have Grand Slam now, when them run at them event, they're not representing Jamaica. They might represent themselves. Athletics is a very individualistic sport, and it has very individualistic reward. So these athletes are being disingenuous, and let them feel entitled, people. The status of Olympian not enough for them. Now they want us to do more. And next thing with the athlete them too. When we mention Shelley and Fraser Price and Bolt, them say enough to mention them there. As examples of success, we come through the very system where them are cost. Them say we must mention them there. so it's when Shelley and Fraser Price and Bolt come through. Alright, you really want Shelley and Fraser Price and Bolt out tight? Make we mention Answer Parchment, Asafa Powell, Elaine Thompson era, Sherika Jackson. You have me going on. Johan Blake, can we mention more? We have Kishi and Thompson come now. We have the Clayton twins that come now. Another angle of the thing with them, they are being disingenuous and about again. How structured track and field is in Jamaica. From your show, look a promise in a high school, From you reach class 2, you get a big contract now, See, Tiana Lee Terry Long left Edwin Allen there. You know why she left Edwin Allen? She gone pro. See, Alana Reid left Idle there. When she have a next year left run, she gone pro. See, Kerrika Hill left Idle there from class 2, she gone pro. If you have talent in Jamaica, there are systems and structures in track and field that will gobble you up. Asafa, Powell and all of them are gaslight. Asafa, Powell have personal regrets, This thing about if you never win the Olympic medal and the Olympic and people go on like, do nothing. Guess who never win no individual Olympic medal yet? Guess. Guess. Just guess now. Call a name. People, make we keep it real now. Make we keep it real. I mean, I mention anything about Asafa talk about people that disrespect him, Because I know that's my main issue with the whole argument. To equate criticism with disrespect is disrespectful and downright imbecilic. Anyway, make we left it there so. Long time, I'm having to work up a sweat, Maverick work up a sweat. But now one, Me go step.